Welcome to the EGI Services presentation. This presentation will give an overview of the EGI services used on the AI for Public Policy project. The services provide the base infrastructure on which the VPME and other component of the project are based. Those include EGI Check-in, is part of EGI's authentication and authorization infrastructure, AAI, and operates as a proxy service that connects federated identity providers, IDPs, with the service providers, SP, registered in the platform. The service allows the authentication of the users and through the use of roles the authorization on different functionalities on the VPME EGI Data Hub, is based on one data technology and it aims at abstracting the access to distributed storage available on the infrastructure, both POSIX and object storages. Implementing a unique namespace which can be easily accessed via GUI or APIs. This service has been used to store the dataset used during the project. EGI Notebooks is a web-based, interactive development environment based on the Jupyter Hub technology and has been used for the data analysis of the data of the project. EGI Cloud Compute is provided through the use of the Kubernetes instance used by the notebooks. The access to the Kubernetes instance is from the command line and there is not a web interface. The standard Kubernetes command can be used and separate environments have been set up for testing and production. In the screenshots we can see in order, the web interface is EGI Check-in, EGI Data Hub and EGI Notebooks. In the remaining of the presentation will be shown the web interfaces and access to the three services, a brief description of the interface and some basic operations. When connecting to EGI Check-in, the first page shown asks the user to select the IDP for the login. Once selected, we are redirected to the IDP selected. After login, we arrive at the welcome page that shows the menu with the main categories for managing the users on the left. This is the view of the VO administrator that can manage different aspects of the users as approving their membership and assigning different roles. By expanding the People menu and selecting the vo.oi for publicpolicy.eu/population selection, we can see the list of people registered and the status of their registration. By clicking on the Edit button on the right side of the user, we can see and edit the details of the specific user. The login to the EGI Data Hub requires an EGI account for the authentication. Once logged in, on the left panel we can see all the spaces available for the specific user. To access the AI for Public Policy space, the user needs to be a member of the corresponding VO. This first page gives an overview of the providers supporting the space, the amount of space available and some information about the members of the space. By clicking on the File menu on the left pane, we can access the browser menu that can be used to manage the datasets and data. Specific permissions or ACLS can be set to restrict the access to the data. By clicking on the three dots next to a directory or file, it's possible to perform several operations. Among others, share the specific directory or file. This can be particularly useful when the user needs to make some result publicly available. The link generated in this way does not require authentication. The first page presented when accessing the EGI notebooks gives some details about the services and the requirement to be able to access them. The access requires a valid EGI account and enrolling to the vo.oi for publicpolicy.eu VO. After pushing the Start Your EGI Notebooks button, we are asked for which type of environment we want to use. Currently, two options are available, with or without GPU. After selecting the desired type and pushing the Start button, the notebooks is started. On the left part of the interface we can see the file browser. The EGI notebooks are connected to the EGI Data Hub to make it easier to access the datasets uploaded there for processing. The result of the analysis can be then saved on the EGI Data Hub for easy access from the other components. The analysis can be performed with the preferred tools made available.